Hello folks, Rob Dreemeyer here. Welcome to Broadway Barfly. If you're a theater fan who loves a great cocktail, click that subscribe button because Broadway Barfly is the channel for you. In our previous video, we made a White Christmas cocktail and we talked about the show and the film and the song White Christmas. If you haven't seen the video yet, I hope you'll take the time to watch it. I think you'll really enjoy it, and I have a link for it above. Two of the things I mentioned in that video were that one, the song White Christmas was so popular that it trailblazed this whole new genre in pop music, which was the genre of the holiday song. And also that there were dozens, if not hundreds, of cocktails that were either called the White Christmas or snow and winter themed. And with an embarrassment of riches like that, I thought, let's go ahead and make another winter inspired cocktail. Today we're making the Jack Frost cocktail. And as it turns out, Jack Frost gets a very prominent mention in another holiday song, the Christmas song, chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose. Come to find out, there's really kind of an interesting anecdote as to the how, when, and why that song was written. It was written in 1945 and of course recorded and made very popular by Nat King Cole. And the popularity of the song was in no doubt fueled by the trailblazing popularity of White Christmas just a few years earlier. But the song was actually written in the heat of the summer, and it was written by another singer. It was written by Mel Torme and his writing partner, Bob Wells. And so the story goes, on this blistering hot summer day, Torme goes to Wells' home to do some writing with him. And while he's waiting for Wells to come into the room, he notices a yellow pad of some writing on the piano that says, chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir and folks dressed up like Eskimos. So when Wells comes into the room, Torme says to him, hey, what is this? What are you working on? And he says, well, I'm not really working on anything. It's just so hot outside. I thought that if I could conjure up some wintry images, I could psychologically cool myself down. Well, I have no idea whether or not his mental mind trick actually worked, but about 45 minutes later, they came up with the Christmas song as we know it today. I love the irony that this song that was inspired by wintry images was written in the heat of the summer. And similarly, the Jack Frost cocktail, which is a very frosty, wintry looking drink, is really just a tropical drink sort of in disguise. The Jack Frost cocktail is all about the appearance, so we need to prepare the glass we're going to serve it in before we actually mix the cocktail. To give it a nice wintry, frosty look, we're going to coat the rim with some shredded coconut. And because that's bulky, we need to coat the rim with something really good and sticky. I'm using light corn syrup, but you could also use simple syrup or honey if you preferred. So I have some of the corn syrup here on the plate, and we're just going to dip the edge of the glass into the corn syrup so it's nice and sticky. And once we have that coated, we dip it into the coconut. And there we have our coconut, shredded coconut on the glass. I'm going to put this into the freezer and let the glass get all nice and frosty. And once it's ready, then we'll mix our cocktail. To make our Jack Frost cocktail, we need rum, Malibu, which is coconut rum, blue curacao, pineapple juice, coconut cream, and this is coconut cream, not coconut milk. Coconut cream is this nice, really sweet, almost coconut syrup, and ice. This is a frozen drink. This is the first frozen drink we're doing on Broadway Barfly, but hopefully it won't be the last. And like I said, this is a frosty frozen drink, but it really is a bit of a tropical drink in disguise. And you've probably noticed already that this sits somewhere between a pina colada and a blue Hawaiian. So we add about 2 cups of ice to our blender. And I should point out, this will make 2 cocktails. If we're going to the trouble of getting all this out, let's make 2 drinks. We start with an ounce of rum, an ounce of the Malibu, 2 ounces of the blue curacao, 2 ounces of the coconut cream, and 4 ounces of the pineapple juice. And then we put this on our blender and we mix it all up. Okay, while that was blending, I got our frosted glass out of the freezer. And this is ready to go. And there we have our Jack Frost cocktail. Cheers! If you enjoyed the video, why not give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends? Feel free to leave your comments and click that subscribe button because there's a lot more Broadway Barfly to come.